Finals get underway tomorrow night in Toronto, and apparently almost all of America is rooting for the Raptors. Can you blame them? Take a look at this map that shows 47 of the 50 states rooting for Toronto based on Twitter data. The only states rooting for the Warriors are California, Nevada, and Hawaii. So, Shannon, how about that map? What does this tell you?
It's telling me what I already knew. If we saw this, Skip, with the in the Super Bowl, I think, if I'm not mistaken, only Massachusetts and Rhode Island was pulling for the Patriots.
I believe you're right.
Skip, no one roots for Goliath. Goliath kicked David's ass, beat him down. And that's what you have here. And they hate the fact they were already very good. And Kevin Durant made them such an overwhelming favorite. And I get fans walking like, I just want somebody else to win. And that's you get that, Skip. Can somebody just, how many they won? Like three of the last four. Oh yeah, it's time for somebody else to win. They don't realize that's not how athletes think, Skip. There's a reason why the government try to regulate monopolies. You see, unless you're in the monopoly, you think it's bad. And so the government, that's why it broke up Standard Oil. That's why it broke up Mabel. The government's never going to let Microsoft and Google merge. That's not going to happen. They own the market. So they look at it like, go to state, you'll run 73 games, and then you go get the second best player in the NBA, and now y'all just running the league. It's not even fun. At least now people think Toronto has a chance. I don't think anybody would have been, even though they're overwhelming favorites still, Skip, but it might have been minus 600 had Kevin Durant played for the Raptors for you to make some money on betting on Golden State. So that's what it is, Skip. People are just tired of the same team of winning, and so they're like, you know what? I'm tired of Golden State. Let somebody else win now.
I thought people love Steph Curry, even outside the Bay Area. I thought
they
the
do,
world
but they don't
loves
want to win
Steph.
anymore.
No?
He don't want enough. That's what they're saying.
He's won enough?
Yep.
Okay, so let's step back and think about this. Golden State lost the best player on the planet to injury, and they also lost the second best center in the league to injury. He's maybe coming back, DeMarcus Cousins. Kevin might or might not, we don't know, but they both have been lost. And you would think that would create a little bit of national sympathy for the old Warriors, the 73-9 Warriors, that now are handicapped without two of their best players.
And Iggy, we don't know the status of Iggy.
We don't know. He has a strained Achilles, and it could bother him. It could flare. That's true. That's a good, and he's obviously a former Finals MVP.
Correct.
Yet the world is rooting for the Toronto Raptors. All of American states except those three.
California, Nevada, and Hawaii.
Hawaii.
North.
So all those red states over there, and they're not like political red states.
Red.
They're just red. They're Toronto red states.
Yes.
But Toronto is across in Canada, right? So they're all rooting for Canada, right?
That just goes to show you, Skip. And it's north. But I'm saying we'd rather root for, because they're tired of Golden State winning, we'd rather root for Canada than somebody here.
Okay. Again, I'm going to say this one more time because it's the truth. The man who hit the luckiest shot in playoff history is also the luckiest player in playoff history because he's been blessed to fall into the perfect right place, right time in Toronto. Who knew in Toronto, where Masai Ujiri is one of the best GMs in basketball, and he continued to beef up that team around number 2 by acquiring Marc Gasol at the trade deadline.
Correct.
Was that not a sweet move?
Very.
It helped.
Yes.
Because he's a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he's been in so many big battles on big stages. He knows how to play. He took, like, what was it, 2 shots the other day, 2 threes, and he made both of them?
Skip, you remember that game they played against, he hit the game winner against your San Antonio Spurs one year.
He sure did. No, he did. He knows how to do this at this level. He's not afraid of any of those moments. So all of a sudden, LeBron has gone west, which opened up the East, and all of a sudden, right on schedule, because a lot of this has to be meant to be. In fact, Golden State's first run past LeBron in, what was it, 2015? Remember, they kept playing teams that had just lost their point guard, Drew Holiday, and then we could just go right through the list, right? Everybody kept getting hurt all the way up to Kyrie and Kevin Love. And so it felt a little bit of an asterisk about you lucked into it. Well, in this case, I don't know what happened to Joel Embiid, but I love Joel Embiid, and you were with me. He was the best player in the East through the regular season. And then all of a sudden, he has 2 viruses. I don't know how you have 2 at once, but he's got 2, and he's got bulky knees. And I kept saying, does he have the knee flu? I don't know. But he was not himself.
Correct.
And it opened another door for number 2 to step through. And then here came Giannis, and you don't agree with this, but the point was, he disappointed. He lived down to his reputation instead of living up to it, right? I thought he got exposed. He couldn't find a way through that big steel door in the middle of the lane to swoop to the hoop.
Right.
And all of a sudden, Milwaukee looked lost against number 2's team. And so here he goes. And that's why I keep telling you, it feels to me as a Spurs fan like crime pays, because he's benefiting from quitting on the Spurs, on the classiest organization in sports, to being in the catbird seat in Toronto.
Right.
How did you do that? Where did this come? Like, it's blowing my mind, and it's becoming my worst nightmare, because he is position A. The guy who never said a word in San Antonio is now becoming the new it player in the league, right?
Yeah.
He's become a sympathetic figure, in part because I've been so hard on him, and I just can't let go of it.
Yeah.
But that's not one reason. But number 2 is that number 2 is he's the new hot thing, right?
You do no wrong.
Right. So all of a sudden the world is saying, oh, we like him now.
Yeah.
Because he looks good, he looks the part, and you don't like his cornrows, but it's pretty cool.
That's him.
It's different. It's just like, when you see him on the court, oh, that's that guy.
Right.
So he has a style about him, even though he's just now starting to speak to the media for the first time ever. He's 8 years in the league, and this is the first time I've even heard his vocal cords before.
Yeah.
Really?
It is, Skip, but we like winning, but not too much. You know what I'm saying, Skip? I'm going to give you a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah.
And people are starting to like, this is too much. I mean, you got Steph, you got Clay, you got Draymond, you won 73 games, and then you go sign KD, and you went back-to-back, and it really wasn't even close. You went 4-1, you went 4-love, and now here we go again. Let somebody else win. It's just like the Patriots. I mean, the Patriots work their tails off just as hard, if not harder than anybody they meet. But it's like, man, Tom Brady, I mean, how many more rings does he need? He already has 6. That's the way fans, that's the mentality of a fan.
And yet I keep telling you, I'm not a Patriot fan. Obviously, I'm a Brady fan.
Right.
It's a privilege for me to watch this guy at 41 do it again.
Right.
We saw the stat the other day from Pro Football Focus that he was rated the clutchest player in football at age 41.
Right.
And he certainly clutched in the 2 playoff games leading up to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And then I sit back and say, what an honor it is to get to watch this guy. But the world is like, we're out.
But see, that's what hardliners do. You are a devout fan.
I am.
And most of the casual, they're like, I just want to see somebody else win.
Yeah.
They don't look at it, it's a privilege to see that you get an opportunity to see somebody three-peat, do something, win 4 out of 5, something only the Russell Celtics had done.
Yeah, that's true.
Even the Shaq and Kobe Lakers didn't win 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
The Bulls didn't win 4 out of 5. So this is an opportunity, but people don't look at it like that. I just want to see someone else other than Golden State win the basketball title.
And I think a lot of those fans in all those red states are swinging a double-edged sword because they're sick and tired of Golden State, but they were already sick and tired of my Spurs.
Right.
They got sick and tired because they kept winning,
Y'all
and they were broccoli,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
I got it.
interesting, yeah.
And again, I appreciate the Spurs because they do play beautiful basketball,
Right.
but a lot of people don't want, it's not exciting enough to them. I'm saying, Ginobili's not exciting? Well, he's from Argentina, and so he didn't play that great
Right.
for all those states over there.
Right.
So the point is, they're saying, aha, we're getting even with Golden State and with San Antonio because he left San Antonio, and now we get to really root for him because he's no longer a Spur.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Way to go.
What about Kevin Durant? You think he plays in this? How do you think the public feels about him? Forget Golden State notwithstanding. You know a lot of people. If you were to take a poll, do you think, how do you feel about Kevin Durant? Probably 55, 60% would have a negative view of him joining.
Because I got to tell you, I like Kevin, but he is hard to like on a daily basis.
Yeah,
Am I not right? Right?
Yeah.
Does he not rub you the wrong way? Like he's always upset about something.
Right.
He's always being thin-skinned about something. After a while, it just turns the public off.
Right. And as much as people like cute, cuddly Steph, they see his wife Aisha and the 3 little kids, Kevin Durant is pulling them down.
He is. I would agree.
He's making people root against Golden State.
Yeah.
That public, perception of KD versus Kawhi is fascinating, and how quickly it has changed for Kawhi. It's like what you said, Skip. I mean, it's he can do no wrong.
I've never seen it.
Kawhi, he's a good guy, good person, humble. He don't cause no problem. He just want to go out there and play. He said it's never about me. He says anybody that knows me knows it's not about me. It's about the team.
He not only caused the biggest problem in the history of the San Antonio Spurs, he caused the only problem. They've never had a problem player in their history until that guy.
Yep. The man tried to tell you the tooth was hurt. Yeah. You didn't want to get him attention, so he had to take the tooth out, which means he had to leave.
Right now,
he had to extract himself. That's what they call it in dental terms, extraction.
He had a thigh bruise.
Yeah, exactly. Can't go into that right now. And since you brought up the fans, perception of Kevin Durant, maybe though he has played his last game, as a Warrior. That's a possibility right now. Rick Bucher is here, so we're going to get his info next.